Good afternoon, fifth grade. We're going to go ahead and get started with math here. We've only got about an hour before you go and do Kansas Day stations. So we're not going to have math centers today. We're just going to keep moving. Once you're done viewing the videos, you're then going to go into your problem set for about 10 minutes, and then you'll get your exit ticket afterwards. Then you'll pack up and you'll read AR, and then we'll go to stations, which is great. So to get our brains moving right now, we're going to write fractions as decimals. This was a fourth grade concept that you learned. So just as a reminder, I'm going to do the first two with you, and then I'll give you a couple seconds to do the last four on your board, and then I'll reveal the answers. So right here, I kind of wrote the first one already, just because I kind of wanted you to see it. So this 1/10, this is a fraction, which means it's not a whole number. Anything in the ones place and up is technically a whole number. So if there's not a big 1 right here next to your fraction, that means that this is going to be just a decimal. You're not going to have anything in the ones place or the tens place because that's a whole number. This, just to make clear, is the tenths place with that big THS on the end. So if you look over to the right of the classroom, there is, remember my place value chart, still there. So right there, it shows you the tenths place is right here. Is that very first number next to the decimal. So when we reveal this, we have 1/10. So the top number goes into the tenths place. So for this one, will give us 2/10. Okay, so hopefully if you're not understanding, maybe look to your neighbor. I'm going to give you about 15-20 seconds. You need to do the next four on your board and hold them up for others to see. All right, friends, I'm sorry if that wasn't enough time, but we're going to keep moving. So 3/10 as a decimal gives you 3/10. And the funny part about it is when we say these, we say them exactly the same. So 7/10 is 7/10, 5/10, and 9/10. All right, friends, we're going to go down to a little bit more, but this time it's going to give us hundreds. So again, I wrote this to kind of show you, if you're looking at the place value chart on the wall, again, this is a fraction. There is no whole number right here, which means there should be no whole number in the ones place. There's only one number right here, which means there's going to be nothing in the tens place. But because this says 100, that means each of these numbers has to be in the hundredths place. So for this very first fraction here, this is going to be 1/100th. So just as it says, I'm going to put a 1 right there. It's 1/100th. Same for this one. I now have 6/100ths. Friends, I'm going to give you about 15-20 seconds. You need to fill out the next four, put them on your board, and ready to share. All right, friends, here we go. So I've got 8/100ths. Check your answers with me, please. You should have 0.08, 0.04, so that's 4/100ths, 5/100ths, and 9/100ths. All right, now we've got our brains going. We're going to review from yesterday a little bit, not that far. So yesterday, hopefully, you should have kind of talked about putting a fraction as a division problem. So when you see 1 divided by 2, if I was to put 1 divided by 2 into a fraction, it would literally be 1/2. So weirdly enough, this division symbol right here also can look like a fraction. When we put it in between two numbers like this, I am also saying 1 divided by 2. So the same thing would be for this one, 1 divided by 5, so that would be 1/5. 3 divided by 4 is 3/4. So ones like this, it kind of is a little bit tricky right here. Sorry, my thing's messed up. So this one I kind of gave you part of the answer, and you'll have a chance to look down here, but 7 divided by 2, so it would be 7/2. So we know from our knowledge of fractions, the top number is bigger. Can I leave my fraction like that? Nope, sure can't. So that means I have to look and see how many times can 2 go into 7. So if I count by 2's, I would have 2, 4, 6. Okay, it's as close as I can get to 7 without going over. That gives me 3 wholes, and then what's left over? 1/2. So 7 divided by 2 will give me 3 and 1/2. All right, let's look at 12 divided by 5 equals 12/5. Again, 12 is bigger than 5, which means we're going to need to switch that one. This time I gave you the fraction that's going to be left over, but how many times can 5 go into 12? If you count by 5's, so 5, 10, that means twice. You can go in there twice with 2/5 left over. Friends, I really hope this was something that was not overly crazy for you yesterday. Hopefully, again, you were okay with it. If not, hopefully with me explaining it a little bit here, it's making a little bit more sense. We have 11 divided by 6, which in a fraction form, that looks like 11 over 6. So if we look at this, 6 can go into 11 one time. And how much is left over? 11 minus 6 is 5. So we've got 5, 6. Let's look at this one here. We've got 19 divided by 4. So that equals 19 over 4 if we were to put that in fraction form. How many times can 4 go into 19? When we count by 4's, we go 4, 8, 12, 16, means 4 times. 19 minus 16, will get us 3/4 left over. All right, friends, I'm going to go ahead and get started with today's. I'm going to move over. I don't want to do that one, and this is going to give us today's. Today we're still going to be dividing with fractions. I know this one kind of looks like a word problem, but I'm going to show you here how it works out. We're still going to be dividing, but the difference in today is that we're actually going to be using tape diagrams. I know normally this is something that we kind of throw out, but I believe you guys being able to see the picture will hopefully help make more sense. Okay, we're going to start with our first one right here. So this very first problem is actually one of the easier ones. So we've got 8 tons of gravel is going to be equally divided between 4 dump trucks. Okay, so that means I have my 8 tons of gravel here, okay? And so we want to figure out how much is in one dump truck. So say I have this whole entire gravel right here. Here's my tape diagram, friends. Okay. And this whole thing stands for the 8 tons. How many pieces are we supposed to divide them into? 4. This right here gives us our answer. That means that we are dealing with 8 divided by 4. They're giving you everything you need in the sentence. Then if we go from yesterday's, if I was to look at this, if it was a fraction, I have 8 over 4, okay? And then we know eventually, can 4 go into 8? Sure can. How many times? We would say 2. But if it's asking you to represent your answer with a tape diagram, then this is what we're going to have to do. So again, this 8 is representing your 8 tons of gravel. And it's going to be equally divided between 4 dump trucks. So that means I'm going to cut this into 4 pieces. So 1, 2, and 3 lines gives me 4 pieces. So that means I then have 8, we kind of already just did this, divided by 4 gets us 2. So again, for this first answer, this one was kind of easy. But friends, what I'm looking for on your exit ticket and your homework now is the tape diagram. Look at your sentence. Look at the words that it's giving you. It's giving you everything you need. You just got to make sure that you're reading. So let's see what they say. Yep, perfect. And we can check our answer by doing 4 times 2 gives us 8. So we know we were right. All right, let's look at the second one. So now we have 5 tons of gravel, and it's equally divided between 4 dump trucks. Okay, this one's not going to be as easy. So again, here's our tape diagram, okay? And this is representing the 5 tons of gravel that we have, right? And it says it's going to be equally divided, again, by 4. So that means how many pieces am I going to cut this into? 4. So 1 line, 2, and 3. I now have my gravel cut into 4 pieces. So that means we are going to take our 5 divided by 4, which gives us in fraction form 5 over 4. So now we can look at it like this. How many times can 4 go into 5? Hopefully everybody just told me 1. So 4 times 1 is 4. So that means that 5 minus 4 gives us what left over? 1. And your bottom number stays the same. Okay, friends, I realize this is an extra step and it seems kind of silly just to have to be drawing a box, but that's what I need from you right now is drawing the box. And I'm highlighting this one or shading it in, not very well though, because it's asking me for 1 dump truck. Eventually it could say, okay, how many for 3? And we would have to be able to figure that out. Eventually, friends, we will get to that point. Let's see if our answer is right. Yep, we did good. Okay, I'm going to do one more kind of with you, and then we'll let problem 4 you guys do on your own, and then I'll reveal the answer. Okay, so let's look at this. This one says a 3-meter ribbon is cut into 4 equal pieces. Wow, they really like 4 equal pieces, huh? Okay, so that means, again, here is our tape diagram, or our ribbon in this case. And this is our 3 meters. This represents the 3 meters. Then I've got to cut it into 4 pieces. So here's 1, 2, and 3. And they want to know what the length of 1 piece is. So this little guy right here, they want to know what that equals. So that means I'm going to take 3 and I'm going to divide by 4. So that equals, in fraction form, 3 over 4. And this is where it gets kind of easy because then I can look and see, can I do anything to this fraction? Can I make it any smaller? Nope, sure can't. So guess what, friends? That would be your answer, 3/4. And that's it. Okay, here we go. This one is for you. This one's a little bit bigger, but I know you can handle it. We've got 14 gallons of water is used to completely fill 3 fish tanks. Okay, I'll get you started here. You've got 14 gallons of water. That's what your tape diagram represents. And you want to completely fill 3 fish tanks. So we're going to split this into 3. So friends, I'm going to give you about maybe a minute, no, 45 seconds. Do it quick. To go ahead and divide these two numbers and come up with an answer. Okay, friends, hopefully you guys go ahead and got it. If not, feel free to pause the video to give everybody else some more time and then before I reveal the answer. So here we go. For this one, we're supposed to build to 3, and it says if each tank holds the same amount of water, how many gallons will each tank hold? So by this saying each, we only need to find 1. So we're going to take 14, we're going to divide it by 3, which then in fraction form gives us 14 over 3. And then we just have to fix this fraction. So 3 can go into 14 4 times, which gives us 12, or excuse me, 3 can go to 14 4 times, which gives us 12. So 14 minus 12 is 2. So we should right here have 4 and 2/3. And this right here shows you how to check your answer. All right, friends, head to your problem set. Good job today.